Hi YouTubers, this is Frozen Fowler here, or 40 Below Gardening on Facebook. Today I'm working on another part of my project that involves lighting, and I've had several people ask me about what types of lights that I use. I do use some LEDs, but my main source of lighting are T5 fluorescents, which you can pick up Home Depot or Lowe's, and I use the 4-foot sections. Usually they come with 28 watt light bulbs. I change them out and use 54 watts. But I just thought I'd show you real quick on how to put these together for those of you that haven't done it before. So when you get the light bulb and you take it out of the box, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see a couple light bulbs already installed. These are the 28 watt light bulbs, and I usually just take these and you just kind of twist the end and you remove each one. Sometimes they're in there loose, and you just set those aside. The next step, usually these are together, and you just turn it to the side and you use whatever you have handy. I find that a screwdriver usually isn't thin enough to access the tabs, but I use an old knife. I wouldn't recommend using a knife that you care about, but you just slide the tip here right up on each tab, bend it out on each end just like that, and should just pop right out. Now what you got on the inside here is a bunch of wires, and it comes with wire nuts, so you don't even have to buy these separately. It's kind of nice. And that's what the inside looks like. Here's your ballast and your connection wires right here. Now the next step, you need to find a good cord that you want to use with your lights, because you have to string them together. And I'll show you that next. Okay. Here we are back with the cord that we're going to use. This is just a normal extension cord that you can get from Lowe's or, you know, Fred Meyer or wherever. And what we want to do is go ahead and take it apart. And we're going to leave the end here on, but this end we're going to take off. And I usually cut it a little higher, so in case I ever have to replace another cord with this, I have something I can tie into right here. So the first thing you want to do is get a good pair of snips, take it, and just go ahead and cut it off. Just like that. Set it aside. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and strip out the wires. Usually I do about 2 inches or so, just to give me some room to play with. And again, just use whatever you have. I just use a good knife. Go ahead and take those out and cut back the cord. Once you get those separated out, you just want to finish stripping out each individual cord just like that. And I'm going to show you how we're going to attach those in just a minute. I always give it a good twist just to keep the ends good. And you go ahead and do that on all three, and I'll show you how to attach them to your light. Okay, what I've done is I went ahead and cut 3 separate pieces of wire, all of the same length, and these will be the tie-ins for the rest of the lights. I have 4 lights total. And I left the other wire, the longer wire with the plug on the end. I have it all ready to go too, and I have stripped all of the wires down and got them ready to go. So what you want to do, the first thing is to take your light, and all of them come with a little tab on the back. It's on both sides. You got one here and one down there. And what you do is you just kind of press it in with your thumb a little bit. Take your pliers and reach in there, pull it out, and free up the space where you want it. Now, go ahead and take one of your shorter wires and your end wire, the one with the plug. And what you want to do is you want to insert both of these wires. You just kind of mush them together a little bit and stick them through the hole of your light. Once they're through the hole, just kind of pull them through a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of slack just to play with. Now, on this side, there's a green wire, and it's just sitting there, and it's pretty well marked, and it says ground, and that's exactly what it is. It's your ground wire. You want to bend that back towards your other wires, just like that. Now, you'll want to take the green wire, and you can separate these other wires out a little bit. Just take the green wire, bend the other ones out of the way, and you want to put all 3 green wires together into one wire. And you want to give it just a little twist just to kind of get it going here. And take your wire nut that came with your kit and go ahead and turn that on and tighten that up just like that. And you want to repeat that process with all the other wires. So you want to put of course the black wires with the black wires, and whites with the whites here, and go ahead and put wire nuts on all of them, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, now I have all 3 wire nuts on, and all the wires are connected to the right colored wires. And now I always like to use just a little bit of electrical tape just to kind of keep everything a little separate and keep it nice and tight in case I pull on the wires at all. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I got all 3 wires wrapped separately. Each one in has their own tape, and now I'm just going to kind of bend those in a little bit, and I'm going to wrap all of them up with one big piece of tape. That way it's nice and solid. Okay, now that it's all bent up, I got all the wires wrapped up really nice, really well taped. We just pack it into the trough of the light, just like that, and go ahead and grab our cover, and you just slide that on just like that. Make sure you get it on even. Start with one side and just kind of bend it over, and then squeeze it together, and there we have our first light. It's already wired, ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 3, and then we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, this is my final one to wire together, and on this last one, of course, I only run the one pigtail out and in through the hole, and that's it. And then once I hook this up, put the covers on, all 4 will be all wired together off one plug, and we'll see them how they work here in a little bit. Okay, well, here we are, moment of truth. I got them all wired up, got the light bulbs in, and here we go. Hey, there we are. Alright, well, now the next step, just go ahead and put them up where I need them, and I'll be sure to show you that's part of the project that I've been working on the aquaponic system, and so we'll see you then.